Hey, Ellen.
What now, Chris?
Hey, Ellen. I'm talking like a Viking now.
I don't know.
Because we're at Sakata, which has nothing to do with Vikings, but apparently we're going to see something about a Viking.
I hope so.
Hence
Otherwise,
the snappy headwear. Yeah. Hey, we are Viking Chris and
hi, Ellen.
plain old Ellen, and we're at Sakata covering the 2019 California Spring Trials. People are taking pictures of me for some strange reason. I have no idea why. And we're at Sakata looking at their flowering plants and vegetables.
Yes.
But we're going to start with a brand new series called
Viking.
Viking, hence the hat, Viking Begonia. This is a big, boisterous begonia series, competing with the likes of Big and Whopper and Top Hat. Now, the claim to fame is first off, they have two different sizes. They have Viking
XL.
and then they have Viking XL.
Oh, okay,
Extra Viking.
Extra Viking.
It should be XV, bigger ones, and we'll show you a comparison of the two in a minute. The other claim to fame is they have both, they have green foliage, there's some bronze foliage, and if you swing over here, Jen, we'll show you some chocolate foliage.
Right.
So 3 different colors of foliage available and several colors of flowers. We've got red and rose and pink anyway, and maybe, Jen, if you scan down this bench, we'll see, let me get in front of you here. Here's, for instance, a lot of combinations. Pink on chocolate. Here's red on chocolate. Oh, here's another color, coral flame. And you see the pink, and then some more red, and there we've got rose on bronze. So in other words, lots of different combinations available. Probably thousands when you really get down to the math. And then if we just, last thing we'll do is we'll show a comparison between the XL and the regular by looking at the red on chocolate, because who doesn't like red on chocolate? And you'll see more vigorous, bigger plant overall,
bigger flowers,
and bigger flowers
than the regular standard.
Extra large Viking size flowers. So that is Viking Begonia here at Sakata. As I think I'm going to wear this hat right up the coast and see what happens.
No.
Now, Ellen.
Chris?
I should say, hey, Ellen, you said we've seen these cool rolling tables before.
Yes, last year they had them, maybe last 2 years.
I must have been sitting at them and not noticing, but great idea for a garden center.
It is.
Or for your home patio. It's a big box, big planter box on wheels.
With shelves.
With a kind of a nice counter. And look at the planting area in the middle. The umbrella over the top. You could put wine coolers in here.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Use them for parties, use them for classes.
Can you build me one?
I'll put it on my to-do list.
I'll take 2.
Speaking of building things, Sakata is still building on their Sun Patience line of Sun Impatience.
And they keep building.
Last year they actually didn't build. They cut it back to 2 types, compact and vigorous. And we're looking at a brand new compact in the back there called Orchid Blush, and there's actually a story to that one, Ellen.
That's right. They were asked by both growers and consumers to develop some patients that uses less water because they take a lot of water.
They do that.
So that is the first one that is in that new breeding, and apparently it's going to all go that way.
Yeah, and I asked, well, how do you breed in drought resistance, drought tolerance? And they said they actually found a new impatiens line in Indonesia, and they've brought that breeding, those genetics, into the existing line. Now, they all look beautiful now. How do we know this is more drought tolerant? You'll have to put it out in the garden and not water it to find out. But anyway, so that's that. They'll eventually do that in all their Sun Patience.
And it's also a little bit more floriferous, they were saying.
Oh, that's a good thing. Right next to it is a new vigorous type called Lavender Splash. Down below, we've got another vigorous orange. And then I like this, but Ellen doesn't care for the variegation.
Not for me.
Vigorous tropical orange, tropical indicating the variegated foliage, which harkens right back to the earliest days of New Guineas in this country. Profusion cherry bicolor. This one's important because it's the first bicolor in the multi-award winning Profusion Zinnia series.
Very nice, very nice.
And it's also interesting because the color, they say, starts out light and gets more intense as it goes on. It doesn't
As
fade.
opposed to fading.
Yeah, that's nice.
Quite nice.
How about the coleus?
I love it. It is called reggae salmon.
Part of their party time collection. And that does look like a reggae party going on there, doesn't it? And then a couple of new super cows back here. Snowberry white. I've never had a snowberry.
I wonder if it melts in your mouth.
And lavender star. That was good. All right, let's swing over here. Hit a couple more introductions. The grandiose are. They're early spring pansies, and Jen is focusing on another cool garden center idea, the hanging plant shelf. They added a couple of mixes. They've got a clear mix and a blotch mix.
And spring referring to early spring.
Early
production.
spring. Here's a not a new one. This is a primula called Sweet 16, which used to be a ball exclusive for a couple of years. Now available to everybody. And what's unique about this? I'd forgotten that, is that, see all these colors you see in here? 3 different shades of pink and pale pink, it's a deep pink going on. All on one plant, not different varieties. One plant can make all those colors.
That's pretty cool.
How did they do that?
I've never really.
And then let's see, lastly we've got some new snapdragons in their upright sonnets, the fast ones, the speedies. They've got a purple and then an improved rose. And in the front, the candy showers, which are
Cascading.
They are, well, they've got a new pink there. Ellen, you like vegetables?
I do.
Well, let's go look at some.
Okay, let's do it.
Ellen!
Chris.
Watermelons.
Yes.
Spring trials, they've got pack trials, have gotten crazy.
I should have worn my watermelon socks.
Actually, I thought we were going bowling with those perfect round orbs. Tell us about these.
Exactly. Okay, this is a new variety called Eclipse, and it is seedless, as the sign says. The thing about this is it's early, ready in about 80 days, and it's bright red inside.
I wish we could cut one open, but we can't. However, I could show it to you on this piece of literature here so we can just see how red, and they say delicious.
That's right. Tracy Lee, who has eaten a lot of watermelon
she's
in her
their
life,
vegetable
said
specialist.
absolutely favorite watermelon. So.
Out of all watermelon you could possibly eat, she says that's the sweetest.
Right.
So.
And the texture is crisp and dense. She loves it.
Yeah. But the trick is you have to plant a pollinating type with this because this is seedless.
Right.
And they gave the name of the one you would actually want to use
Wild
with this.
Card Plus they recommend.
So it's a little tip for getting plenty of the Eclipse seedless is have the pollinator with it. Now tomatoes, they've got 4 different ones, 2 different saladette types, and saladettes are
about 6
what
to 8
size?
ounces.
6 to 8 ounces, so
little
a third to a half a
shape
pound.
to that.
Yep, and this one's called Invincible. It's a determinate type, meaning it all comes to fruit at once. And then we've got an indeterminate type called Cedro, which means it's going to produce ripe fruit throughout the season.
Yep.
And this one you get kind of excited about. It's a determinate grape tomato.
Exactly, because it's great for market growers because it takes less labor. Indeterminate grapes, they just keep going and going. That requires
so you have to
management.
harvest like all the time and manage the plants.
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Whereas these, they all come into ripeness at once. You harvest them all, take them to market.
There you go.
And then lastly, Roadster is a determinate salad type. Salad meaning 8 to 12 ounces.
Yeah,
so good, nice size.
Yep.
Half to 3/4 of a pound.
And then over here, Gen Z, we've got a jalapeno.
I would
Early
suspect
flame.
it's hot because it's called flame, early flame.
And it's a compact variety too.
Yeah, and the key with all of these is they're equally suited to market farmers or the home gardener.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. So those are vegetables and flowers and a really cool hat from Sakata at the 2019 California Spring Trials. Do you think if I wore that Viking hat around?
You might get pulled over.
Again?